Hello, my name is Marco Rosic and welcome to the Market Entry course. In this phase, you already finished with development of your product and you are ready to go to market. But before you go to market, please be sure that you have a proper story for your product. The most consistent mistake companies make in sales and marketing is to position their company or product as the hero of the story. If you want customers to buy, you must tell a story where the customer is the hero, not you. What is actually the hero? In stories, the hero is the star, the person who takes action to overcome obstacles in order to win the prize. Along the way, the hero typically meets enemies and helpers, but the story is about the hero, not about them. For decades, our company has been the industry leader. Our product solves problems, reduces costs, and increases revenue. Even when you tell this story with enthusiasm and confidence, you are making a huge mistake because you are turning the customer into a minor character in your story rather than the star of the show. Instead, you should tell a story where you, your company, and your product play a supporting role in making the customer into the hero. As a sales great Mike Bosworth once said, be the wizard who gives the hero a magic sword. How it works in practice. Here is an example of what I am talking about. We recently saved ABC $1 million. To learn more about our products, don't hesitate to contact me. I recently worked with ABC to save them $1 million. If you are interested, I can tell you how they did that. It's better, right? Can you see the difference? The CEO of Dale Carnegie Training, Peter Handel, gave a perfect example of telling a story with the customer as the hero. When I give presentation to prospects, I don't explain how wonderful we are or why we are here. Instead, I tell how Warren Buffett, when asked why he is successful, gives two reasons. First one is value investing, and second one in learning to communicate at a Carnegie seminar. See, this is clever, right? Peter's story is about how Buffett became a successful hero through his own ideas and with Carnegie training playing a supporting role. Channels are the touch points through which an organization lies with its customer and as such play a huge role in defining the customer experience. Channels can be categorized as a marketing, sales, or distribution channels. It is believed that the customers are kings. This sentence is true, and people who understand it constitute the most profit-making companies. When it comes to reaching out to customers and promoting a business, there are several questions to be attended to. One major concern of the making teams is whether to select offline marketing channels or online marketing strategies. These channels have their own benefits and are potentially useful to the company to boost its profit ultimately. When entering a new market, businesses typically choose between two main ways of selling, direct and indirect. Direct sales means selling products or services directly to customers without middlemen. On the other hand, indirect sales involve using intermediaries like distributors or retailers to reach customers. This method provides broader market coverage but involves giving up some control. Deciding between direct and indirect sales depends on factors like the product type, market condition, and business goals, making it an important choice for companies entering new markets. Indirect channel strategically ensures a comprehensive approach to customer experience management, fostering loyalty and satisfaction through diverse touchpoints. Data-driven approach. This approach empowers businesses to make informed decisions, mitigate risks, and optimize resource allocation, ultimately increasing the likelihood of successful market entry. Using this approach through market research, including demographic and customer behavior analysis, competitor assessments, and predictive analytics, you can anticipate trends and challenges. By segmenting customers based on data-driven insights, companies can tailor products or services to specific needs. What values are customers willing to pay for? What are they paying for now? You have few sources or few revenue streams. So let's count them. Sale of goods. The most traditional and widespread source of revenue is the sale of goods, where customers exchange currency for tangible products. Usage fee. Customer pay based on their utilization of a specific service. License fee. Customers are granted the right to use a protected intellectual property for a license fee. Membership fee. Sale of continuous access to the service. And advertising. Fees for promoting a particular product, service, or a brand. Now, you decided which revenue stream you will have. You made a choice how to reach your customer and you are on the market. It's time to check what you can how can you actually optimize the path that customers are taking. Suppose there is a potential customer for your product out there in the market at this exact moment. She may have been recommended to your company by a business friend and is now studying the information on your website. The next step is to send a request to your company via email or to call your company directly. During the telephone conversation, you realize that a personnel appointment would make sense, which is then arranged straight away. You send the potential customer a brochure or other information material in advance and include a friendly accompanying letter. You can then look forward to the agreed appointment with confidence. Now, let's pause for the moment in this fictitious purchasing process. What has happened so far? You may have been noticed that your prospect has already gone through 4 to 5 contact situations with your company by this point. Your potential new customer will already have a more or less clear picture of your company, your range of services, and the behavior of your employees. And this despite the fact that has not been yet any direct personal contact. And with every progress in the purchasing decision process, these contacts become even closer. Next comes the personal conversation, which is in this example gives the interested party 5 additional contact situations. The outside view of your company, the inside view of your company, the process at the reception, the inside view of your meeting room, and the personal sales talk. Each of these elements represent a perceptual block that is immediately interpreted by your potential new customer. Based on these perceptions, she makes assumptions about your reliability, your competence, and your responsiveness. If the purchase decision goes in your favor, the customer will call your company again. There are also other contact situations during the provision of the services, which can be broken down in a similar detail. All of these perception blocks are important because they are used to evaluate your performance. You decide but better the customer comes back and better he makes recommendation to his circle of friends. So carefully analyze the path of your customer takes. Identify individual stations, recognize the importance, and take advantage of the opportunities that each individual contact offers. However beautiful the strategy, you should occasionally look at the results. This has been said by Sir Winston Churchill. So let's look at KPIs. Have you ever heard of KPIs? Those are key performance indicators. Let's just look on some typical KPIs. Units sold, users registered, pilot customers, paying customers, number of complaints, and closed partnership. Be aware that KPIs, they are not same for everyone. They are depending very much on the phase in which startup finds itself and, of course, of the industry. OKRs, have you ever heard for this? Those are objectives and key results. They are a goal-setting framework that helps organizations define and track their objective and measure progress towards achieving them. OKRs provide a clear and a measurable way to align teams and individuals with the overall strategic goals of the organization. The concept of OKRs was popularized by Intel and further developed by Andy Grove, and it has been widely adopted by numerous successful companies, including Google. OKR consists of 2 main components, objectives and key results. Objectives are ambitious, qualitative, and inspirational statements that describe what an organization, team, or individual aims to achieve within a specific time frame. Key results are measurable and specific milestones that indicate process towards achieving the objectives. Each objective usually has 3 to 5 key results associated with it. It is important to note that OKRs are not performance evaluation tools. They are a framework for goal setting, alignment, and driving organizational success. They provide a structured and disciplined approach to goal attainment, fostering a culture of transparency, collaboration, and continuous improvement. One most important thing at the end, do not forget to ask for a feedback from your customers and try to implement that feedback in your product, your company, and your daily activities. Thank you for your attention.